For my tardiness.
We're recording.
Here.
Okay, you're recording, okay. Let's call the meeting to order. If you do the roll call, please.
Dave Waddington,
Here.
Dan Delahunt,
Here.
John Fike,
Here.
Walt Matthews, Greg Peugeot,
Here.
Dr. Siemens.
Here.
Since this is a special meeting, we won't do the minutes. We'll do those next meeting. This is an adjudication hearing, so you all, if you're going to talk, you need to be sworn in. So you'd raise your right hand, repeat after me. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
You are sworn in. Okay, this is a hearing for 433 Anderson Street, an area variance to zoning code section 1137.08A to allow residential building addition within a minimum front yard setback in a commercial recreation district. This was actually tabled from the last meeting, so I don't think you gave a report.
That is correct.
You
Before I start, like, just a legal advice, if they table it, do they have to take it off the table then legally?
Here it is. To be safe, let's make a motion
Okay.
to untable it.
Okay. We
So
have
moved. Second.
a motion and a second. Any question on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the item is back on the agenda, and we're ready for your report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So this site is zoned commercial recreation. The adjacent zoning to the north, east, south, and west is also zoned commercial recreation. The existing use of this site is residential. The proposed use is staying residential. The applicant is in the process of pre-development for an addition onto the single-family home at 433 Anderson Street. The zoning code requires a minimum 30-foot setback from the front property line in a commercial service zoning district. The applicant is seeking a variance of 20 feet to allow a 10-foot front yard setback. The applicant has stated to staff that the setback is being requested as proposed to align with the buildings to the north. Staff asked the applicant why they're not proposing to expand in the rear of the house, as it would have low probability of requiring a variance. The applicant stated to staff that the expansion is for additional bedrooms, and the owner does not want more bedrooms on the rear side of the home. Based on all this information, planning staff supports the requested variance at 433 Anderson Street and suggests the following conditions upon approval. That's that all applicable permits must be obtained through the Building Department, Engineering Department, Division of Planning, and any other applicable agency prior to any construction. Thank you.
Okay, does anyone in the audience wish to speak in favor of this request? If you come to the podium, state your name and your address.
I don't have anything to say.
Not unless you have questions.
And it's pretty self-explanatory.
Is there anyone who wish to speak against the request? Not seeing anybody. Questions from the board?
Done here.
The only question I have is where will this line up to the home next to it? Is it the same, will it have this exact same
The exact same.
distance from the street as,
Everything's gonna be right,
got it,
even all the way down the street then.
that's
The
all?
only one that's set back
You can,
30 feet.
you
Yep.
can see on the north side is where Bozovich, that's their boathouse on the north side. So it comes out right in line with theirs, and theirs is in line with all the other
For-
houses to the
For
north.
the record, would you state your name and address for them?
Yeah, my name is Tim Kaiser, 433 Anderson Street.
Greg, same thing for you.
Greg Schmidt, 422 Columbus Ave.
Thank you.
No other questions?
No other questions?
Just, will there be any off-street parking at all?
Yes. Yeah, if you look at the front of it there's off-street parking along, between our property and the street, there's gonna be off-street parking. Plus, there's off-street parking along the side of the house.
All right, thank you.
In fact, that's one of the reasons we bought the property, is because there was a lot of parking.
The parking in front will be in the right of way. Is that correct?
Part of it, yes.
Part of it, yeah.
So that can't be considered as parking. You did have a driveway, but you're gonna
Yes,
cover
there's a
that?
driveway.
Pardon?
That driveway's gonna stay.
Is it gonna stay all the way to the existing garage, or are you gonna cover that?
We would remove part of that for the living room addition. Yeah,
Okay,
just the concrete area.
is a is a parking place a requirement of zoning?
Yes, so since the use is being expanded, parking is not measured for residential by that use. So in this case, you're not adding a second unit as an example, because it's all unit-based. It's still a single-family home. It still has the same parking requirement, which is, I believe off the top of my head for single-family, be 2 spaces per unit.
Okay,
So as long as there's 2 off-street parking spaces, it could be a garage even, 2-car garage would count, or 1 driveway, 1 garage type setup.
okay, then my question is then, do they have off-street parking then?
So that's something I'd have to look at a later time. I don't,
That's not an item for.
for today.
variance.
Yep,
Okay,
correct.
that's something you'll work out with them.
So that's something,
I mean, if you look at the south side of the property, right up here, that's all parking along there. That's all parking.
this other image may be
Right now.
better. Yeah.
Can you show the image with the white car in front of the neighbor's house? Is that off-street or is that on-street?
Based on what I know through the chair, is that would be on-street parking technically, because it's not on the property, is public right-of-way.
Because it looks like there's a telephone pole. If you look down, like you would, if that car kept going straight, it would hit like a telephone pole.
Which car are you talking about? The car in front of the house?
The white car that's in that picture there, like it looks like if it kept going straight, it would hit that telephone pole or whatever that pole is. And then the street is kind of,
I'm not sure if that, yeah,
It's in
that's
the
all the way
bay.
down at the end of the street.
It's in the bay. It's just
Yeah.
before the bay.
and then,
Yeah, on the other side of that telephone pole would be the bay, yeah.
and like go back to the bird's eye photo taken March 2023. That black, is that a black car in that?
That's probably my truck.
That, it looks off-street to me. And then the road looks, it looks like it's parallel parked next to the 2-lane road.
There's 3 parking spots there that we use.
Mr. Chairman.
Exclusively.
Just to clarify, parking is not going to be an issue for here, but Mr. Pizzo's bringing it to your attention that.
Later on down.
That it will require, if that's in the right-of-way, you can't count that as parking.
Okay,
The side looks like it's questionable because when you look at the auditor's page, the property is skewed as exactly where your property line is. You may have 2 parcels, 2 places down that side, but that's something that you'll work out with them
Okay.
direct.
yeah, that's fine.
Just want to make sure everybody's understand here.
Okay.
So, Mr. Chairman, if I may comment, just for future reference, as we're working and getting permits down the line here, just keep in consideration, we'll need to see 2 off-street spaces. And like I said, it could be in the form of a garage or a combination of a garage and driveway, it just has to be on your property.
So there has to be 2.
2 totally correct, yeah.
Okay. If there are no other questions, the motion is in order.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we accept as submitted with the extras that the city has required be done with this application.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, please call the roll.
Bill Siemens,
Yes.
Dan Delahunt,
Yes.
Greg Peugeot,
Yes.
John Fike.
I'm staying. The variance is approved.
Thank you.
Is there any other business for us?
No business.
And our meeting is November 16th. Is there items on that agenda?
As of right now, we do not have an item, and since the deadline has passed, we don't foresee a meeting. I will wait to confirm that by the end of the week, though.
Okay, great. The motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
10 seconds.
That's right.
Now we're ready. 10 seconds. 8.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yep.